Bro ain't want no smoke. All right, guys, so we have to talk about Chet Holmgren, who this past Saturday's game 7 against the Spurs, Chet might have played the worst game of his career. Now, just to give full context here, right? We all know that Oklahoma City entered game 7 without two of their main key contributors. You had Jalen Williams, who was out with a hamstring strain, and you had AJ Mitchell, who was unavailable due to a calf strain. Now, I want you guys to look at this the graphic I have here. Chet Holmgren played 33 minutes, and his impact was minimal. It was abysmal. It was pathetic. Chet Holmgren posted up 4 points, only attempted 2 shots. He didn't shoot at all in the second half, and he just looked like he was scared. He was hesitant. He was unwilling to attack. And he just seemed, I don't know I don't know what happened. Maybe when Wemby dunked on him within the first minutes of the game, maybe that's when his confidence just evaporated from the arena. But Chet had no effect on this game. And for all the Oklahoma City Thunder haters, right? The fact that OKC was able to push this to a game 7, it makes this performance from Chet even more pathetic. Because had Chet even given, like, if he was just average, we might have been talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder going up against the Knicks in the NBA Finals. But we have to give respect to the Spurs. They rallied. They were the aggressive team. They wanted it more. And Wemby has once again proved there's levels to this. Like, Chet literally, like, again, and I'm going to read the stats. So in this series, Chet averaged about 11 points per game, right? In this Spurs playoffs, right? Against the Spurs. In the regular season, he averages like 17, 18 points per game. This is a guy who was a third-team All-NBA player. A guy who's going to make $249 million starting next year. And my boy posted up 4 points. And what makes this whole thing upsetting, right? This is him on the rivalry with Wemby, right? He spoke to reporters, right? And he says at the end of the day, it's about us trying to win a basketball game. The Thunder team trying to win a basketball game. Just listen to this. Let's start it off with this.
You tend to sort of put the team first, and we have seen emotion from you at different points. But I mean, there's times where, like, Wemby is like bumping you on the way to the huddle. Like, there were times he clearly tried you. But did you feel at any point that you almost went out of your way to, like, not make?
Yo, look at this guy's face, bro. This is a man who was defeated. A man who's coming out of this game knew that there is nothing he can do against Wemby.
Make it about you and him, like, almost to a degree you hadn't before.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's always about us trying to win the basketball game. You know.
I'm going to sum it up for you. Chet, and this is my personal opinion, he lacked accountability. He wanted to bring up the fact that it's a team game. Listen, brother, when you score 4 points, no. When you score 4 points in an elimination game at home, the first thing you should be doing is you should be saying to reporters is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the Oklahoma City Thunder fans. I failed you. Just like how SGA said this season was a failure. Check this out, guys. So at least SGA had some accountability, right? SGA came out and said that this season was a failure, and it was. It was.
I mean, like, it was a failure. Like, I failed at my goal. Like, I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve.
I'm gonna pause it there. I'm not trying to make this a clip-heavy video, but, like, at least SGA had some accountability. But for him to come out and try to make it like, oh, this is a team sport, like, it's one thing to downplay this because it's obviously a rivalry, right? Obviously, Chet's downplaying it, but it would look better for him if he was actually performing, getting buckets, not scoring 4 points in elimination games with his season on the line. It would look better if he was actually balling, but he's not. He's not. And this whole idea of him downplaying it is whatever. Now, obviously, a lot of people had reactions, and the mass national media, in particular, First Take, Kendrick Perkins actually said that the Spurs should, OKC should trade Chet for Giannis. Check this out.
Look, Stephen, I agree with you 1,000%. I would trade him before the draft. And again, it's not what he did, it's how he did it. Right?
Oh, my bad.
Again,
just a correction. So he said, okay, so Perk said in the, I think he was on what was it, the NBA, was it a post game of the Western Conference Finals, where he said that OKC should trade Chet for Giannis. But in this clip, I don't think he mentions Giannis, but he still says that they should trade him.
not being aggressive in a game 7 on your home floor is one thing. Not trying to attack the basket and not trying to shoot the rock is another. But the way that you got punked, the way that they snatched your soul, and this wasn't just a Wemby thing, because I was begging for Chet to take some type of ownership and try to guard Wemby at the start of the series. Okay, I came to the conclusion that wasn't going to happen. So what San Antonio did all series long was majority of the time Chet was guarded by a smaller guy. We got a clip that showed a video that showed, I believe it was Vassell blocking his shot in game 6 and talking a whole lot of noise to him. This is a guy that is smaller to you. We could pull up countless videos and show the times that Chet Holmgren was getting bodied and put in the basket by smaller guys. It's one thing not to show up and say, you know what, at least he went down swinging. But he didn't swing a punch. That showed no heart whatsoever. And the one thing that Oklahoma City is not, one word we could never put on them is soft. But what Chet Holmgren showed is that, hey, man, I'm soft and I'm scared. He was scared throughout the entire series.
All right, I'm gonna pause it there. So, again, Kendrick Perkins said a lot of things that I agree with. What's really concerning for OKC was that, like he said, Wemby wasn't even Chet's primary defender for much of the series. San Antonio literally puts wings, Devin Vassell, I think Julian Champagny at one point. They were guarding Chet, and Wemby was playing the help defender and rim protector. And still, Chet struggled to capitalize on favorable matchups while being 7 foot. That's what makes this even crazier. So there's that. Now, Austin Rivers actually responded to Kendrick Perkins' comments on saying that OKC should trade Chet. Now, I'm going to say this before I play the clip. Let me put it up here. I don't think this means, Chet isn't going to bounce back. Chet better bounce back from this, right? But like I said before, Chet didn't even need to play. He didn't need to be like an all-star caliber, just average, right? But again, we know Wemby is capable of making a lot of players look ordinary, and obviously Wemby is going to outplay most of his competition because he's definitely gonna go down as one of those guys. But here's Austin Rivers basically speaking on the national media, over exaggerating by saying that OKC should trade Chet, and I agree, right? Like I said, I don't think none of this means Chet is gonna have this be a known playoff choker, right? But again, it's looking like the Larry O'Brien Trophy is going to be coming through San Antonio for years to come, and Chet is definitely going to have to solve this Wemby problem. But I'll leave it at that. Here's Austin Rivers on the national media overreacting.
Stop with the nonsense of he stinks, he sucks, he's this, he's that, he's awful, he's the negativity and hate.
My bad. Let me.
To all the negativity and hate that Chet has gotten over the past 48 hours It's been brutal. And I understand he played bad. We'll get to that in a second. I just saw Kendrick Perkins talking about how they need to trade Chet before the NBA draft. By the way, Perk, you're my dog. It ain't nothing personal, but this is a basketball conversation. We have to stop with the overreaction. It's just all over sports media, man. It's exhausting. One bad game, one bad series. Trade him. Yo, bro, Chet is one of the best defensive bigs we have in the NBA, especially when we talk about versatility and being able to switch 1 through 5. All right? He is dominant in his role as a supporting star to Shea. This guy's an all-star, all-NBA player, max contract guy, all-defensive team maker. What are we talking about? Now, did he play terrible versus the Spurs? Absolutely. Did he kind of get punked versus Wemby? Absolutely. Is he better than Wemby, and can we stop the comparisons? Yes, we have to stop that. He's not better than Wemby. We should stop the comparisons. But really ain't nobody better than Wemby. Wemby's better than like 99.9% of the NBA at this point, so who really cares? In terms of who's close or what's the closest thing to Wemby in terms of impact on the floor with their length, contesting the basket, being able to switch on multiple players, also being able to have the ability to not only roll, but pick and pop, read the floor, do things, rebound, put the ball on the floor. Chet is one of the only ones that can do that, if not the only one. And y'all talking about trade him. And Kendrick's response was, well, you can't keep the show. I know the show can't remain the same as it was this year. Yo, bro, the show got them the #1 seed in the West. The show got them all the way to the conference finals. The same show got them a ring last year. A ring, Perk. You know how that feels to be a champion. Come on, man. The show didn't have Jalen Williams this year, their second best player. The show didn't have their second best playmaker.
So, again, Austin Rivers is making valid points, but it's still not a good look for Chet to not attempt. Like I said, it's one thing if he goes down, like Kendrick Perkins said, if he goes down fighting, but he literally gave up. He literally gave up. But let me know what you guys think about this in particular, man. Listen, man, Chet, listen, bro. If somehow you ever see this video, brother, listen. You need to get in the weight room, bro. This right here.
Go at him.
There it goes. Holmgren at Wembanyama. Falls.
Go at him.
Bro ain't want no smoke. Chet, bro. Listen, this is going to be a long off season for you. But the bounce back better be real. Better be real. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. See you on the next one.